Today, landlubbers, I'm in a seafaring part of the country, famed for this sturdy 32-foot rowing boat, a defining sight on this county's coastline for over 300 years. Come on, girls, put your backs into it, will you? God, blimey. On today's show, we'll be coming to the aid of a mother and daughter twosome, looking to swap their urban life in the north for some seclusion in the south. And coming up, we've got a rather colourful selection of properties.
Oh, it's beautiful purple. One of my favourite colours.
Though some aren't quite bright enough.
Seems very dark.
But will the lights go out altogether?
Look at all spotlights. It's all right. Hate spotlights.
Today I'm in Cornwall, and these are pilot gigs. Ever since the late 17th century, the gigs were the boat of choice on Cornish waters. For everyone from smugglers to lifesavers, they were left to rot when the engine came about, but thankfully they are making a revival. Not surprising, really, in a county where the sense of local heritage runs as deep as the sea itself. Down in the extreme southwest corner of England, edging up to Devon, Cornwall boasts the longest coastline of any other county in the UK, which stretches over 300 miles. The north coast faces the Atlantic Ocean and brings with it a wild and exposed shore, making ideal conditions for surfing. In fact, no matter where you are in the county, you're never more than 16 miles from some of the most pristine beaches in the country. Further inland, Cornwall has many beautiful landscapes, including lush green countryside, dotted with landmarks and monuments of times gone by. Historically, both fishing and mining have been principal occupations of the Cornish people. But today, Cornwall relies heavily on tourism, attracting more than 4 million visitors every year. With a breathtaking coastline, stunning scenery, and a milder climate than the rest of the mainland, it's little wonder that Cornwall really feels a world away. The price of an average detached property here in Cornwall is £271,000. That's 5% above national average. But that simple figure belies a much more intricate story. 8% of all residential homes are second ones. And controversially, prices have inflated so much that the coastline now boasts 5 of the most expensive seaside towns in the country. Head inland a few miles and prices can drop. So if you're willing to forego the sea views and the seagull squawks, you get a lot more for your money. Amongst the selection of beautiful homes currently for the taking is this 400-year-old 2-bed detached cottage in Million, on the market for £350,000. Housed under the charming thatched roof, there's a handcrafted country kitchen and a cosy lounge. Or situated further up the coast, near St Austell, this former mill house has a price tag of £650,000. It comes with 4 bedrooms, a spacious kitchen breakfast room, and an attached 2-bed cottage. What's more, the original mill wheel is still in working order. Finally, if your budget stretches to the tune of £1,250,000, your home could sit on its very own island. Yes, this remarkable 4-bedroomed residence in Newquay is approached by a private suspension bridge. There are 2 reception rooms and 2 sun terraces, and its unique elevated position is the perfect place to enjoy magnificent 360-degree views. Whether it's the clotted cream or the wonderful properties, there's so much here in Cornwall to make the mouth water. Let's meet today's buyers who are hoping to have their appetites whetted. Retired teacher Carol lives with her daughter Elizabeth, a music promoter, in this 3-bed property in Chesterfield. Carol inherited the house from her father last year, but this mother-daughter duo have grown tired of their urban life in Derbyshire's largest town, and they've both set their sights on some sun, sea, sand and surf.
Oh, I'd love to go to the countryside because it's away from the main roads. I don't like having all the traffic. It's a good time to move because I'm coming up to that age where I can get me free bus pass, and also I'd like to get a better climate, and I'd like to move nearer the seaside.
And for me, I'm currently commuting an hour and a half to Leeds every day. And with my job, I'm really looking to progress more and look for some new inspiration, really.
And a more inspiring environment is right at the top of their wish list.
The sort of location that we're looking for, it'd be somewhere that's really rural, It would be nice if it was coastal as well, the best of both worlds.
And for me, it's the tranquility of the countryside, just everything so much more laid back.
So what is it about the Cornish coast and countryside that has tempted this pair of northern lasses down south?
We just love it there. We've spent a lot of holidays there and we enjoy, as I say, the seaside and the sand.
The atmosphere, people, the activities, everything.
Surfing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's the destination decided, but what kind of house are they hoping for?
An ideal property in the country would be a stone-built little cottage with coastal views and some outside space so that I can look down across a paddock and see the sea. I'd be happy if we had a bedroom each.
I'd quite like somewhere to have a music studio. I'd quite like a nice kitchen, nice bathroom.
The most important element of the next house is going to be the outside space. I could live in a hovel, but I think I would like somewhere nice for me animals.
With a dog and 2 cats at home, Carol also has 5 sheep and a pony, which she keeps in a rented paddock, a 2.5-hour drive away in Yorkshire. When they move, she hopes to add to her farmyard friends, but wants to bring them right to her back door.
I would like to have some chickens, because I'd like to have the eggs. And I really would quite like to have a cow and have the milk. But I think that might be a little bit too much. So I thought perhaps we could have goats instead. I've got all sorts of ideas. This is a garden that I've got at present, and you can see there's not really enough room here to keep any animals at all. So I'm hoping that in Cornwall I can get something between 2 to 8 acres, so I'll have room for everything.
Aside from all the animals, how else will they be spending their time?
Taking the dog for a walk. I'd like to go down on the beach, go for country walks. I'd like to keep up with my dancing because I enjoy doing the belly dancing. And I also have been learning to play the drums for belly dancing.
And also something I'd be interested in getting to grips more with would be surfing, because I've only been a few times, but I think I could be better.
Well, before we catch a wave, we need to find out what their house is worth.
The property is a 3-bedroom detached house situated a short distance from Chesterfield town centre, actually within walking distance, and I'd value this property in its current condition in the order of £175,000.
So how much money do they have for their dream home in Cornwall?
The budget for the new property is £250,000.
Carol and Elizabeth's vision of a humble rural retreat with a garden is just about achievable here for their budget. But add to that the acres of land that they want, and it's going to be almost impossible to find it here because we're in a county where an average detached property costs £21,000 above their maximum budget. I see some tough decisions being made this week as we find out exactly what the priority is. In today's show, we'll be focusing our search to the north of the county, along the Cornwall and Devon border. We've got a variety of options for Carol and Elizabeth, which should suit both them and their potential menagerie. But as ever, I won't be revealing the prices straight away. And of course, there's the mystery house, where we've got an alternative country dream up for grabs. Lovely ladies, welcome to Cornwall. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is second home for you, really, isn't it?
Well, we just love Cornwall. We think it's a magical place. We come on our holidays for years and years and years, and we would really like to stop here because it's grand.
Even in this weather?
Well, this is the worst.
It gets warmer. It gets warmer.
Does it really?
And less rainy.
Yeah, I hope so. It could be in North Wales, really, with this sort of weather. But what are you looking for here? What's your dream?
Well, we'd like to have somewhere we'll keep all our animals. We'd like somewhere with a bit of land and somewhere that's not overlooked.
It's a big ask, you know, for your budget. It's a very expensive part of the world.
This is why we've asked you to help us.
It's not the property so much, it's the land that you want with it. Are you adaptable at all?
Yeah, we can do a compromise if necessary.
Where's the compromise?
Well, look for something smaller and needs more doing to it or something like that.
Hopefully we'll show you something that you like. And let's go see the first property, shall we?
Yeah.
For a maximum budget of £250,000, Carol and Elizabeth need a 2-bed family home with a comfortable kitchen and a decent bathroom. Elizabeth would like a music room, and Carol really wants to get away from traffic noise and neighbours. so she's after a remote location with lots of space around her. Like most of us, they'd love to have sea views, but realistically, that won't be achievable on their budget. However, the thing that can't be compromised on is the land for their animals, between 2 and 8 acres. I think we've really got our work cut out. For our first property, we're starting inland, 7 miles south of Launceston, in the village of Codes Green. With gently rolling hills and sheep grazing, Codes Green is set in beautiful, unspoilt countryside. Just perfect for Carol, who's desperate for some peace and quiet. But there are a few shops and amenities just 3 miles away in Lewannick. So if it's an idyllic country lane you're after, will this do you?
It's super, yeah.
It's very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
The more the remote, the better?
Indeed. Yes.
Well, this one is pretty remote. You've got sheep in the field there. Apparently they're tame as well. You can go and pat them, yeah.
You're very good.
If you like that sort of thing.
I do indeed.
And the reason I've stopped you here is because this is it.
This one here?
Yeah.
With the purple.
With the purple door and the purple garage.
Oh, it's beautiful purple. One of my favourite colours.
That's a start. Away from the purpleness of the property, what do you make of it?
Well, it looks a lovely little cottage. Nice, small, cosy cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks can be deceptive because although this traditional stone-built farmer's cottage is cosy, it's certainly not small.
I just love those Wellingtons.
You do like those Wellies, don't
I
you?
think they're great, yeah.
Cosy on the outside, deceptively spacious on the inside.
Oh, I like that.
Lovely wood burner there.
And lovely tiles as well on
Yeah.
the floor.
Beams.
400 years old, this property.
You can see how old it is,
Yeah.
can't you? Yeah, well, I love the thick walls.
Yeah.
Is that a bread oven by the side?
It is, yeah.
Aha! Right.
Lovely little features everywhere you look. But the big question is, can you imagine living here?
Well, I can, because I can just see my table fitting across
Yeah,
there.
your table would actually fit.
Just there. I've got a very 7-foot long farmhouse table, which
Okay.
would just go
So that
there
would go
nicely.
nice.
Perfect. So you're already moving in, more or less, aren't you? You've only seen one room. Brilliant. Well, we're off to a great start in the living room. Let's see if the kitchen delivers as well. So this is an 80s extension, okay?
All right. They've got nice new kitchen and equipment and this work surfaces. And oh, a
It's a
breakfast
reasonable
bar.
size.
It's good size, isn't it?
So far, so good.
I think it's, yeah. Yeah.
Off the kitchen, there's a back door leading to the garden, as well as the family bathroom. Next, we're heading upstairs, and despite its cottage status, there are 4 bedrooms up on the first floor. Let's head off to the master. This is the main bedroom.
All right. There's some built-in wardrobes.
Quite like the exposed beam as well, and the exposed stone.
I think it's a nice, cosy little room. It looks to me as if it's not level because looking at the above the wardrobe, you can see how it widens out from
Yeah.
that side to the.
It's 400
slope on
years
it.
old.
It's great.
I think you'd
love
probably
it.
have a bit of a slope if you
You
were around
would.
400
I have a
years.
slope now.
This is the main bedroom, as I said. It's the largest
Yeah.
room. So who'd have this one?
Me.
Okay. Glad we sorted that out. No arguments there then. Mum's sorted in the biggest room. But there are also some good options for Elizabeth up here too. There's another good-sized double bedroom and also a single that's been used as a music room, which is just what Elizabeth asked for. So that's somewhere for her to play. Next, we're going to see somewhere she could rest.
Okay, another pink room.
Yes. You're not smiling as much.
Me?
Yeah.
It's not my room.
I love your attitude, I really do. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's got beam.
All the rooms are quite bright, aren't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
So I get the impression that you actually really like this house wholeheartedly.
yeah.
There's something stopping you. What is it?
I love downstairs. I love it. And I come up here, and I think it's because I've got used to having a bigger room. So looking at these 2 rooms, neither of them would be. But you could knock these walls out, make one big room, have 2 windows looking down the garden.
Hey,
Job's
presto.
good in.
You've then got a nicer room than your mum.
And then I rode on to come move in here.
Oh, no. But I like what you're thinking, though, because as you say, these
Yeah,
walls
well,
will come down.
knuckle.
Yeah. And then you'd have a big open space up here
it
and
would be
downstairs.
very light, and it would start about here.
It's great to see Elizabeth imagining how best to make the inside of this property work for them. But what about the outside? To the rear of the house, there's a lawned garden with a shed and a greenhouse. It's not a huge plot, but there's just about enough space for a few chickens. But for a flock of sheep, a goat and a pony, I may have to come up with something else.
I loved the living room, it was absolutely amazing. It had so many features that we were looking for. But then the upstairs, I suppose the bedrooms were a bit small. The only problem with this place is there's no land for the pony.
No, we couldn't fit him in the garage, could we?
No.
Ah, here you are. You took your time, which is a good sign. And you're smiling. Get in the car. I'm taking you somewhere now guaranteed to put an even bigger smile on your face. At the moment, Carol and Elizabeth make a mammoth 5-hour round trip to visit their animals on rented land. However, I've got something up my sleeve which would be a separate purchase to this house. It's only 15 minutes away. I love teasing you. You haven't got a clue where we're going, have you?
We've no idea at all, no.
What would you hope it to be?
5-acre field with a field shelter and some water.
OK. Well, Carol, we'd hate to disappoint you, so we won't. So, girls, can you guess why I've brought you here?
That's grazing! Yay!
Look at the smile on your face. You've got 4.2 acres here. Little stream down the bottom, so natural water, and dry store as well, which the current owners put in. Everything you need, really, isn't it?
Well, yes, it looks good.
About a 15-minute drive from the property you saw, so much quicker than the commute you're doing now.
Yes.
So you've seen the house, now you've seen the 4.2-acre land. Different owners, how much do you think it's all worth?
So adding it all together, 270,000.
270,000, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Well, you're in for a little bit of a pleasant surprise because this land is currently on the market for £45,000 and the house, which you really liked, £220,000, so 265 in all. But both owners will take offers, so probably you're looking at the maximum budget. So it's doable.
Yes!
You excited about
Yes!
All this could be yours! I'll tell you what, go and check out the land and I'll catch up with you later.
Brilliant.
Go on.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we thought it was going to be mission impossible. Maybe it's mission possible. We've got a lovely bit of land to keep the animals happy and a lovely home to keep the humans happy. For a combined total of £265,000, our first selection consists of 2 separate purchases. A 4.2-acre plot of land and a charming semi-detached character cottage in a peaceful rural location. For a small property, it packs a punch with 4 bedrooms. It also has spacious ground floor accommodation, which includes an open-plan lounge diner and a modern kitchen. The price of both the land and the property is £15,000 over budget, and their locations are 15 minutes apart. But will they forego that short distance to realise their Cornish country dream?
The stream at the bottom, decent fencing as it's been used for horses before. The only thing is it's 4 miles away from the house, it's not attached.
I think the land's a nice field, a nice size, and the shelter's good.
Carol and Elizabeth hope to turn their holiday memories into an everyday reality, and it's the enchanting Cornish coast that's driving the move. In fact, the dramatic, rugged coastline attracts millions of visitors every year who come to experience the beaches, secluded coves, and picturesque fishing harbours. Tucked into the Cornish cliffs to the south, the pretty 13th century village of Polperro is one such place. The narrow streets are tightly packed with old fishermen's cottages and gift shops. During the house hunting week, we sent our buyers to meet up with Polperro-born Tim Cortis to find out more about the history of this delightful location. The bay has been home to fishermen for some 800 years, but in the 18th century, seafarers brought a very different type of catch back to the harbour. For Polperro's ideal isolated position was once infamous for smuggling.
It was highly organised here. All sorts of goods were smuggled. Anything really that had a high rate of tax, much like today, tobacco and alcohol. Different things were important then, lace, some ceramics, all sorts were brought in by sea, hidden away in houses, caves, just anywhere along the cliffs where it could be concealed from the revenue men.
So who would be involved with that then?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. The entire village basically was involved. You know, it was an actual industry Even the vicar was involved.
Really?
It wasn't seen as a crime.
Back then, smuggling was an essential way of life. High taxes and heavy duty were placed on both luxury goods and basic commodities, compelling fishermen to supplement their lowly income by getting involved. This illegal trade reached its peak in the latter half of the 1700s, led by Zephaniah Job. Job organised the distribution of smuggled goods and also looked after the welfare of the local people, advising and managing their finances. He became known as the smuggler's banker, operating from a cottage on the quayside called Jew's Bank, a building which still survives today. When the government introduced stiffer penalties for smuggling, Job turned his energies to the prosperous pilchard fishing industry, and he took charge of exports between Polperro and Italy.
There were 3 pilchard packing factories around the harbour here. The Three Pilchards pub here was the coaching inn at the time, and the merchants from Italy would be staying there. And the pub got its name because they would have 3 pilchards, one from each factory, for breakfast. And that was how they decided which of the factories they were going to use for their supply that year, that season.
Much like the merchants, we're also giving our buyers a choice of 3 in our property quest. So it's time to savour what we're serving up with our second house. We've scoured Cornwall for a property to match our buyer's dream, but it's really been tough to find somewhere with enough adjoining land. Though we may have the answer to their prayers with our second property. But to get there, we're crossing the county border. We're travelling just over 10 miles from Cornwall to Ven Green in Devon. This is a seriously rural location, offering all the peace and tranquility of the countryside. Other than a very handy farm shop, there's a little else in Ven Green. But they wouldn't be too isolated, as Holsworthy is only 6 miles away. It's the nearest town and has a large range of shops. The property itself is a lovely detached bungalow and has only just come onto the market. In fact, we're the very first people to look around it. The outside space means so much to them, so we're going to start there. And this property should really test their commitment to running a small holding, as it would be paradise for all their animals. So what we've got here, this is your own little courtyard, if you like.
Yeah, good
Gate.
yard.
You've got what could be stables in there. Mm-hmm. You've got little pigsties in there at the moment.
Oh, right.
6 outbuildings in all.
Well, this is great. Yeah, super stable yard is this.
Not only is there plenty of room to keep all the animals warm and dry, but there's also over an acre of land, including lawned gardens and a paddock. Great access for your animals onto this, your land.
So how big is the land?
1.2 acres.
Right.
You don't look too happy. I thought you'd come out here kind of doing a bit of that, or maybe in your case, a bit of that.
No, I'm just having an assess at it.
Would this work for you, though?
I think it would work. Yes.
Yeah, it would work.
We would have to manage it very carefully, but with the stables, you could do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it would work.
Should we have a look in the house?
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah.
Come on, then. I really did think the outside space would win them over. Perhaps their spirits have been dampened by the weather, because when the skies are clearer, this is a great spot with spectacular views over the Devonshire countryside. But there's lots more to see inside the property. What you've got, it's a detached bungalow, 3 bedrooms. The current owner uses this as a living room, but it could be a bedroom. Lovely views.
I know it's foggy outside.
Yeah,
It just,
not the best of days.
Yeah, seems very dark.
Good size, though.
Good
Yes,
size.
yeah, you
and
could-
yeah, you'd be right with the regen.
Would you use this as a bedroom, do you think, or would you keep it as a living room?
We'd have to look and see what the other rooms are like.
You would, yes, you would, miss. Should we do that now?
Indeed.
She's getting very stern with me. I'm a bit frightened. Actually, no, I like it. Down the hallway, there's a large double bedroom, a single, as well as the family shower room. But we're going to check out the largest bedroom. Much brighter.
This is a lot brighter, isn't it? Much bigger window.
You could have your living room here, you see.
Yeah, this is much better as a living room.
And then look out across the fields and see the horses and the
Exactly.
sheep.
Yeah.
I can imagine on a really sunny day, this room would be absolutely amazing, especially with that view. I don't know, maybe then at some point you could actually build maybe a conservatory.
A conservatory was the first thing that I thought of.
It's got that feel, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Do I sense that they're finally feeling the potential here? Let's see if the kitchen breakfast room will seal the deal. And here it is.
Oh, right, it's got some more modern units.
Yes.
Yeah? So
It's been done up a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
This is a great space because not only have you got the kitchen, you've also got the utility room there, good sized utility room, and a door leading out into the garden. So, do you like this?
It's doable. It's workable round.
This bungalow has good potential for accommodation inside, and the outside space offers a great starting point to develop their flock. But how much is it going to cost them to get the perfect setup for all their animals? OK, go on then. How much do you think it's on the market for?
I'm going to hazard a round figure, just as a guess, say 200,000.
200,000, OK, how about you?
I might go 210, but that would be for the outbuildings. I'm taking more of that into consideration.
£210,000.
Yeah.
It's on the market for £270,000.
Right, let's go home.
Well, basically, the stamp duty barrier is at 250, so I think offers around 250 would probably be sensible. So it's the top end of your budget, really. Go and have another look around.
OK then, thanks.
Something in there may change your opinion. Although I don't think it will. I honestly thought that this property had everything that they wanted. It ticked all the boxes. OK, it didn't have a sea view, but we've ascertained that you won't get a sea view. But, you know, it's got 3 bedrooms, it's got amazing land, amazing outbuildings. I thought, it's going to be a definite cert. But it's not. It's not a belly dance, more of a belly flop. At £270,000, this bungalow is in a peaceful rural Devonshire location. It sits in over an acre of land, which already has the facilities for a small holding, including a range of outbuildings. Inside the property, there are 3 bedrooms, a living room, and a recently modernised kitchen, adjoining a huge utility room. But ultimately, this property is all about the animals. The style of the property may not be what they had in mind, but the land and outbuildings give them everything they've asked for. So the question is, can they see beyond the modern bungalow?
All the yards is all absolutely perfect, absolutely what we need.
Stables in here, it's got electric, got water, got places for sheep.
Hay barn, garages, land right at the back of the house.
Yeah.
Just a shame that the house isn't quite right.
It's just not for us, is it? Well, I just think that we're never ever going to be able to afford something that really is just right, and it's going to be a real compromise to get something spot on.
I suppose that there's got to be something out there that we will just fall in love with. So I suppose we just keep looking.
So, did you enjoy that second look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time to take you girls back to Cornwall. Come on. With the sun setting on the horizon, the first day of house hunting comes to an end. With a budget of £250,000, retired teacher Carol and her music-loving daughter Elizabeth want to leave their native Derbyshire and head south to live with their animals in the Cornish countryside. Our tour so far has taken them to 2 properties where their pets would be well catered for. The houses haven't got them moving. I thought you'd come out here kind of... But coming up, we've got something to really make a song and dance about.
2 little mermaids, they came after me.
It's a brand new day in our search to find belly dancing Carol and her daughter Elizabeth a brand new property here in Cornwall. What they were after was never going to be easy to find, nigh on impossible, I'd say. But yesterday we did show them 2 good properties with the option of land. Today, I think we should concentrate on the property and forget the land altogether. Wish me luck. For the mystery package, we've come back to Cornwall, closer to the coast, and into the quiet village of Wick St Mary, just 7 miles south of the popular seaside resort of Bude. Wick St Mary is an immaculate place in the countryside, full of well-kept cottages, and the village square has a range of shops, including a post office. There's also a frequent bus service for Carol, and Elizabeth can practice her board skills nearby at Widmouth Bay, which has a fantastic reputation for surfing. The mystery property doesn't have the land they wanted for the animals, but the house itself more than delivers. Let's just hope it wins them over. Welcome to the mystery property.
Right.
Right. Why is it a mystery?
Well, because it's not what we asked for.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So far we've had to compromise quite a lot because of land issues, haven't we? Well, here there's no compromise at all, okay?
There isn't
This is
any.
all about the house.
Yes.
But it's a house in an amazing development, 2.5 years old, won loads of design awards. What do you think of it?
Oh, it looks like a nice little property.
You rent land at the moment as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So this is an option where you'd continue to rent land.
Fine.
What you've got here is just, well, I think anyway, a really lovely house.
Yes, it looks smashing. Let's have a look.
OK, come on.
The mystery property is a modern, stylish, detached family home and really demonstrates that their budget can afford them a top-quality house much closer to the coast.
This is modern living, OK? In the countryside. You like it?
Yeah.
No sloping lines. Come on into the living room. What do you think?
Well, it's nice and bright and airy, isn't it?
Nice doors out into the garden.
Would your stuff, would your furniture fit in here?
Yeah, there's plenty of room for the table.
So you could imagine yourself in here?
Oh, I could imagine myself in here. Whether I could afford it not is another
Oh, we'll get to that
matter.
in a minute. You only see
Yeah.
one room. Let me take you through to the kitchen. Come on, follow me. It's a huge move.
All right, yes.
You've got a lovely utility there as well. Very handy. Another door.
Yeah, so
Out
you
to your
can get
garage.
the washing
Yeah.
out, yes. Okay.
It's quite a small kitchen, isn't it?
Got all spotlights.
It's all right.
Hate spotlights.
You can take them out.
Yeah, they can be taken.
It's all
Indeed.
cosmetic.
Yeah.
So it's not too small for you? You don't look very happy, I have to say. There's not a chip in the paintwork. Nothing. It's absolutely pristine conditions.
Scared.
Why are you scared?
It's so nice and clean and it's not like homely. It's like a show house.
OK.
There's really nothing to fear here, and I have no doubts that with their own possessions in situ, they could really make it their own. Down on this floor, there's also a modern, fully tiled family bathroom and 2 double bedrooms, one of which is being used as a large study, but could also make a great space for practicing music or even belly dancing.
This is one of the bedrooms.
All right, ground floor bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's grand. I like this room. Nice and light and airy.
Yeah.
Not sure I always have it as a bedroom.
Dining room, maybe?
Maybe, or even somewhere where I could do some sewing, costumes.
I'm looking forward to taking you upstairs because there's one really, really big bedroom and you two can fight over it.
Oh, I'll win.
Come on.
There are a total of 3 bedrooms in this property, and upstairs, the first floor has been completely given over to the master suites.
Before I show you the bedroom, let me show you what is, in essence, your own ensuite.
All right.
Good size,
Nice,
isn't it?
yeah.
Got a shower tucked there.
Yeah.
Good size ceiling as well.
Yes.
You don't feel trapped or claustrophobic at all?
No, this is much better than the sort of new houses where you've got very low ceilings. I like
Good.
yeah.
Now, this is a good sized bedroom.
This is nice, yes. This is mine.
Oh, there we go. Looks like you've got the downstairs one.
All right.
So much for the dining room.
Again, it's very, very quiet. You're not overlooked anywhere.
You can hear the bird song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're in the country, but also, you know, within a community.
Yeah.
Let's go outside. What little there is of the garden, it's absolutely perfect, I think. Come on.
Yes, that's the house tour done and dusted, and although they're making the right noises, I sense that they really aren't feeling this house as much as I hoped they would. The outside space is compact, but has been really well maintained, making a pleasant sun trap where they wouldn't be overlooked.
I think this garden's beautiful, I really do. But, you know, it's probably the most private garden we've shown you.
It's most pleasant.
Can you imagine yourself out here?
Yeah.
It's really nice on a nice sunny day.
It means you'd have to go the rented route as far as your land's
Yeah.
concerned, but you're doing that now anyway.
Yeah.
How much do you think this is worth?
I think it's probably out of our budget.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it'd be over our budget by quite a bit. I'd say 280,000.
I was going to go 270.
Would you be happy if I told you it was less than that?
Please do tell us it's less than that.
OK, I will tell you. It's less than that. It's 250,000.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
on the money.
Spot on.
So that could be yours.
Fantastic.
Do you want to go have another look around now then?
I'd like to have a look round there, please, if that's all right.
Yeah, you carry on looking around. And
Yeah.
don't be scared now, because, you know, this could be yours. Yeah?
Yeah,
Go on.
right. Shall we go?
Yeah, just go on.
Look, have a look up here.
I'll come and find you.
The Mystery House is a modern detached property, bang on budget, on the market for £250,000. It's very well presented throughout and comes with 3 double bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a smart kitchen with utility room, and a sunny living room featuring doors out onto the delightful landscape rear garden. This is a beautiful home back in their preferred county, and being only 5 miles from the beach, they can really immerse themselves in true Cornish lifestyle. However, they may have to rent land again, but can they do without acres of turf in their backyard to get that bit closer to the sea and the surf?
I liked it here. I thought it was grand when we walked up. Wasn't what I expected at all. I love it.
It's a nice house, nice size, nice space. It's got everything we need inside. And if I could commandeer the study as well from a music room with all the storage is great. Well, the house has got mostly what we need. Music room for me. I'll have the bedroom next door. You can have the rest. What do you reckon?
Do I get the kitchen for the cooking?
Well, I usually cook, but yeah, if you like.
All right then, done deal.
Oh, this is life. I don't know about them, but I can imagine living here. Take your time, I'm having the time of my life.
Go on.
You've seen 3 properties.
Yeah.
Go away, have a think. No rash decisions. And let's meet up a little bit later, shall we? I've got just the location. You're going to love it. Come on.
All right.
Cornwall's history is intrinsically linked to the sea, and one feature on the Cornish waters has long been the pilot gig boat. An oar-powered vessel for 6 people, the gig was once used for ferrying pilots to ships in distress and is recognised as one of the earliest lifeboats. Recorded rescues of this type date back to the 1700s, but the practice virtually died out as engines replaced oars in the 19th century. However, the gig boats are still making waves today, as they're now used for sport. During our house hunting week, I met up with veteran gigsman John Cuttill, who's the chairman of Newquay Rowing Club, the oldest gig club in the country.
Tell me a bit about the history of the pilot gig.
Well, they were in their heyday when the merchant sailing vessels were plying around the coasts of the UK and further afield. There were no ways of communicating, only semaphore, and the gig would go out and meet the oncoming sailing vessel and find out what they wanted, and the result was that it developed into a bit of a competition because the one that got there first sometimes had the job, hence the racing.
Ah, so that's how the gig
That's how it, yes, it was a natural thing, you see.
And what do you get out of it personally?
Well, there is the thrill of the competition and the togetherness of the crew. It's very much a team job, and you're all part of it. And the conditions are never the same. They're always changing. You never go out and it's exactly the same.
Well, there's a race scheduled later today, but before the competition kicks off, I've been invited to take my maiden voyage in the oldest surviving pilot gig in Newquay. Boats are traditionally 32 foot long, 5 foot wide, and made from Cornish elm. And this one was built back in 1812, but thankfully it's still in ship-shape condition, having recently been restored. Though true seaworthiness depends on the ability of the rowers. Uh-oh, I guess it's up to me to ensure we don't capsize. I'm taken to the waters alongside the women's crew, and they're putting me right up the front. So with both feet on the stretcher, both hands on the oar, here we go.
Stand by then,
and
go.
then you just pull with your feet, push with your legs. And back.
Slowly.
And you pull with your outer arm.
Leg.
And then it should go.
Yeah.
Here she's going.
She is going.
I may make it look like a breeze, but this is seriously hard work. So before my arms drop off, we're heading back to shore where the teams are preparing for the competition. The race takes place over a triangular course in Newquay Bay, and today, the men are competing. It may be a modern-day sport, but the roots are very much anchored in the past, as all racing gigs are based on a boat that was designed and built back in 1838. Throughout the world, there are only around 100 clubs, and they're mainly concentrated within Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, and the sport is governed by the Cornish Pilot Gig Association. It's possible for good crews to reach speeds of up to 9 knots. But I tell you, after all that exertion, it's only fitting to celebrate back at the clubhouse with a well-earned drink or two and of course to sing traditional sea shanties like sailors.
Hey, one little mermaid, two little mermaids, they came after me.
Who said only the Welsh could sing? With a great history and tradition, pilot gig racing is a homegrown sport which Cornish people are particularly proud of, and long may it continue.
They came after me.
The house tour is now over, and we've shown Carol and Elizabeth 3 very different options, so there's plenty to consider. Let's find out exactly what decisions they've made.
Well, I have to say that you two look totally at ease here. Is this what it's all about?
Yeah, this is the life.
A big smile on your face. Biggest we've seen, I think. Have you enjoyed the property search?
Do you know, we've had a lovely few days, and I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for going to so much trouble to find such places for us to look at.
Well, we need to find out now whether we have found somewhere that you can move into. Let's talk about the first property that we hooked up in, the Purple Welly cottage.
We absolutely love that house. We think it's great. There would have to be a few changes made, like with the bedrooms and stuff that we talked about when we were at the house. The price of it was great and well within budget. One thing that we thought we might be able to do is if we bought that house, instead of buy the land which took us over budget, would maybe look for some land that we could just rent maybe that's nearby. So that's an option we could do.
Well, let's talk about the bungalow with the loads of land.
Realistically, that was the one that ticks most of our boxes. However, it was still over budget. And we didn't really like the bungalow itself very much, but the land and the yard was super.
They were literally perfect, exactly what you wanted.
But the problem is that it is just over budget and in Devon.
All right, let's talk about the mystery property. The very clean, very shiny, very new mystery property.
We really like the mystery property. I think that's in probably the best location as well.
So that's the real reason you're moving to Cornwall, is it, girls?
Yeah.
Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll move to any of the properties that I've shown you?
I'd quite like to go back to the bungalow and, just have another look and see how far it is from here.
Well, I really do hope that you find your dream home, be it in Cornwall or slightly in Devon. You've been fantastic. I've really enjoyed meeting you, and you both do seem to come alive when you're near the sea, so let's hope it is somewhere close to the water.
It's grand. Thanks very much.
It's a pleasure. The house hunt here in Cornwall has really posed a dilemma. It's aspirations versus reality. We all know what Carol and Lizzie want, but they simply ain't going to get it. They're going to have to reevaluate their wishes. Who said buying a house was easy? Till next time, goodbye.
Firmly focused on their animals, Carol and Elizabeth went back to our second property for another viewing, but decided against making an offer. Carol has since moved down to Cornwall and is renting a property, waiting to sell her house. If you'd like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.